Welcome everybody to my Plurilingual Toolkit, my last vlog. So I'm going to be taking you through my website. The homepage kind of looks like this, and I separated them: my story, photo voice, ethnography, the jigsaw method, symbolism island, project-based learning, a reflection page, and some references. So we can start by going to my story. You click on the button and it takes you to the My Story page. On every single one of these, it has what is blank, how it can be used in the classroom, and what does it look like. For example, the What is My Story gives brief introduction to it. So the My Story slide is an opportunity for the students in the classroom to share bits about themselves. This can be done in person or over Zoom. I wanted to make sure to add that so it's more inclusive, and things to put on their slide. And again, how it could be used in the classroom. It could be used as an icebreaker for students to get to know one another, as well as having it be an opportunity for students to go deeper within themselves. And then what does it look like? Attached with the recorded example through our assignments, we had to make the videos of it. So we have the picture of the assignment and then my YouTube video on it. And then I have little sections down here. It says back to home, so it takes you back to the home page and goes through each one. So I have photo voice. What is photo voice? How it can be used? What does it look like? Again, I made sure to put the showed method on there. Again, did mine and the video. Back to home. Third, I did ethnography. So I looked it up on Google, and it states that an ethnography is the scientific description of the customs of individual peoples and cultures. I thought that was different. So brief overview of that, how it can be applied, what it might look like, and then my story thing again. And I go through and I added each section of my ethnography oral history. And along each one, I kind of have little sections that describe about what is going on in each slide. And again, the video on the bottom. Back to home. The jigsaw method. So this one I kind of had to do a little bit more of a deep dive on, because we used it for the plurilingual jigsaw within our class, but using a jigsaw in general is a little bit different. So the jigsaw method is a cooperative learning strategy where students work together to complete a task or solve a problem. The process involves dividing into small groups, with each member assigned a different segment of the material to learn and to become an expert on. And how is it used in the classroom? It's every student becomes both a learner and a teacher, and they rely on one another to learn the full content. So it promotes that collaboration, accountability, and deeper understanding that each student plays a key role in the learning process. And again, what does it look like? I did our example when we present a list of strategies that promote positive learning environment for all learners and our PowerPoint. I took little bits of mine and my group, the identity through art group, and just gave pictures of it, and see how it's all the same background, it's all the same PowerPoint, but we each did our own strategies and came together to make it a jigsaw. Back to home. Lastly, I have symbolism island. What is it? Again, this was in the jigsaw. This was my section. I just want a little bit more detail of what exactly it is. And then the pictures. Back to home. Project-based learning. I took what the group did on project-based learning and kind of expanded on it a little bit more as well, making project-based learning a student-centered approach where they can actively explore real-world challenges and problems through in-depth projects. So an example of that could be the split image portraits, and it engages them in creating a creative, reflective project that helps explore identity and self-expression. What does it look like? I used the split image portraits that our classmates so lovely did, and they used different ways of creating this as well that I thought was really, really cool. Back to home. Lastly, I have my reflection, and I just kind of went over each of my things. I really want to implement the jigsaw method and project-based learning in my classes. because they both promote that collaboration, cooperative learning, and active engagement, and just overall language development. And another thing I want to kind of go over from this is next steps and what I'm to do after. So how do I plan to engage with other stakeholders, including parents? So as a master educator getting out of this program, I plan to actively engage with parents, families, and community members to create a supportive and inclusive learning environment for all students through open and consistent communication, having collaborative relationships with parents through the lens of them being a partner in their children's education, and acknowledging and celebrating the achievements and the diversity of my students and their families, as well as actively seeking feedback to make the classroom as inclusive and responsive as possible. And then next steps is actually putting all the strategies we learned into the classroom. And again, it's our job as educators to equip them with the knowledge that they need, but in reality, it's more important to learn from them and see what rich cultural aspects they can bring into our classroom, culturally, academically, and personally. And yeah, this has allowed me to grow in my love and wisdom, because it's just kind of reignited my call to teach. And the thought of one person, one child taking away something that I said is just really what makes me get up in the morning. So I really am excited about this work with students. Back to home. And lastly, my references, the textbook and Google. That is my toolkit, and thank you for watching.